What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cracker Hunters. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
And of course, you know we love to review some statues on this site. So we got a new one today. Well, it's actually an older statue, but it's new for me because I actually got to purchase this one. It's the Jason Voorhees Terror of Crystal Lake from Sideshow Collectibles. And of course, you know I'm a big Sideshow Collectibles fan.
Not just that, just an all-time horror movie fan.
Yes. Like, when I saw this, I had to immediately purchase it.
Had to buy it.
Oh yeah. It's a unique version of Jason, and I think it really stands out as far as portraying Jason the way he really is, just a mass murdering son of a gun.
Yeah, not only that, I mean just the black mom as the weapon user too.
Right.
You know?
He's got the axe and the machete, two of his specialties, just right on the back and his arm, in his hand.
Now, I've been having trouble with this and trying to figure out which Jason it was from, and Carolina was saying that it's not from any special movie or anything like that.
No, I think they just made a statue for Jason. I don't think they actually did this one from any particular movie or anything like that.
Because I mean, if it does look like anything, it looks like the one from Freddy vs. Jason.
I hope not.
That was a good Jason.
No, it wasn't.
He looked good.
Well, he did, honestly, but I didn't enjoy that movie that much. That's just me.
A lot of the Jason movies are not very good.
Yes, fair enough. I'll agree with that, because some of those things are horrible.
Yeah.
Like the third one, like I made the mistake, everybody, of showing my fiance, because she had never seen any Friday the 13th.
You showed her the third one first.
Yes, you already knew. Like I showed, like that was like the worst one to introduce her to, because it's one of the worst ones in this series.
If you're gonna do a series, might as well just do the first one first.
And that's actually what I should have done, because the first one is one of the better ones of that series.
Yeah, even though Jason's not in it.
Right, and it's one of the better ones, and that's the one I should have showed her first.
Maybe. I think he is in it, but that's just me.
We're not gonna get into that.
Those are man hands.
I think we discussed this on our last Jason review.
We did. But still.
But anyways. But man, this is actually one of my favorite versions. Now that I had a chance to purchase it and really look over it, this is one of my favorite versions of Jason, because I think it portrays him as the murderer that he is. And the base is really what sets this thing off. Like, this base is amazing.
The mutilation in the base.
Yes. And and Sideshow did a really good, man, we ain't rotating the thing for people and stuff like that. Like, Sideshow did a really good job,
I think,
as far as the detail on this base.
I think my favorite part on the base so far that I've seen is this right here. And this is just a half decapitated head. This is a torso.
Brains.
Yeah, brains sticking out. This here's his tongue sticking out. I mean, that's just awesome. It's part of this body right here.
Right, exactly, yeah. So, and if you can look right here, where they got the body, where the legs and everything are just cut off, and you just blood and everything.
Yeah,
like
right
that.
in the fucking pelvis area right there.
Right, I mean, this is actually one of the best versions of Jason as far as statue form I've ever seen. This is a really good statue.
Now, what do you think about like them not using cloth?
Like, for this, I think that it was a good decision not to use cloth. I think the cloth actually would have taken away from this version as far as the statue and everything. I think cloth would have taken away from this.
I don't think they would have been able to do the cloth as well as they can do the molding.
Right, exactly. Especially for as far as the decay and weathering and stuff like that showing. I mean, just things like that, I don't think they would have been able to do as well with cloth. So I'm actually glad they went with the decision to just go with the statue itself and the molding, like Anubis said, as far as the clothes and everything like that.
Yeah, I just don't think that they could have done the tatter. And the
no, I don't think so either. That,
like you said, maybe throw some mold on there too. You know, they wouldn't have been able to do that.
No, I don't think so either. And
I mean, they might have been able to, but I don't know.
But I'm actually glad they didn't. I think this fits very well, and I think the molding and with the cloth being part of the statue itself and not cloth, I think it works well with this statue.
Yeah.
So like, not every statue works well with that, and I think a lot of statues have to have the cloth to really bring out the character itself.
Like a lot of your Court of the Deads.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of the Court of the Deads, I don't think cloth, molding or as far as having the cloth part of the statue itself, I don't think that would have worked well with like the quarter did, like you said.
Right.
I think that needs cloth, and so you can
Look around
position it and everything like that.
Dress them up.
Yeah. So I think this, like I said, it was a good decision by Sideshow just to go with this version, as far as no cloth or anything like that.
Do you remember when this came out?
I actually don't remember the exact date it came out, but I know this has to be at least probably five years old. I think it's at least that.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact date. I have to look it up, but I know it's at least 5 years old.
You know, I think they did a lot better job on the mask too.
Yes, I actually agree. Yes.
Because you see where he's actually been through some shit with his mask.
Yeah.
It's got some scarring on it and stuff.
Right. And I think this version, like for me, I think this version actually looks better than the version that they had for part 3, the movie part 3. I'm my only complaint as far as this statue goes, and it's a minor one, but it's the only one, is it's not that big.
Yeah.
Like that's really the only thing, because I think this is about maybe 16 to 18 inches tall, and like the version that I got back here from part 3, I think that one's about maybe 20 to 21 inches tall, somewhere around that. And I think if this had been a little bit bigger, this would have been a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And it's because this is already a good statue. I just think that it should have been just a little bit bigger, maybe 2 or 3 inches bigger. Actually, I'd say about 6 inches bigger. I think it would have been better.
Yeah, it'd be about like right up here, like right there.
Yeah, about right there. I think that would have been I think if it had been a little bit bigger, it'd have been a masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty. You know, that's what makes me think it's part of the elder Jason. You know, like in the later on in the series when he goes to hell and stuff, because you know the gray skin and all the weathering on his clothes. Because if you notice, like in the part 3, you know, his clothes are really clean. They were in the movie too.
Yeah.
Not until later on did you find out that, you know, he was an undead person who just can't die.
And that's actually a very good point too, man. Actually, a really good point. I think the further the movies got into the franchise, he got more undead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I think that makes a lot more sense.
Going to hell and whatnot, and then coming back.
Right.
You know, what was it? Freddy bringing him back.
Jason done been through some stuff.
Yeah. All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of counselors.
Yeah. A whole
Been through
bunch,
all
man.
kinds of them.
And like I said, man, for me, like I said, the highlight of this statue is the base. It's got 1, 2, 3, I think about four bodies all together on the base. And like I said, the mutilation and the intestines and everything like that, they did a really good job as far as this base.
There's
it's
all
amazing.
kinds. There's probably a good maybe 8 people's bodies worth of entrails they can stand on, you know?
And like I said, they do a really good job as far as the base. That's the best part of the statue.
And I think that's another thing that brings me to further along in the movie series where, you know, because, you know, you watch the originals and, you know, the mutilation's really not that, they're really not that, like, in-depth with it.
Right.
Now, if you look, you'll see there's this point right here where there's a big old gash in the body. Now, that was more like later on in the series.
Right. So, like I said, this is one of my favorite statues, man, as far as horror-based ones, especially for Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, grab the extra hair. And it is, actually, this one comes with an alternative portrait, which we're going to show you right now. Take this one out, slide that one on in. There we go. And so we got the unmasked portrait as well.
Now, which Jason do you think this one is? Like, which actor? I would say Kane Hodder.
That's the original?
No.
No, that's the
Jason 10.
Jason 10.
Jason X. Jason, but he did a Jason. He did like a few of them.
Okay.
So I think he was in like Jason Takes Manhattan too. Correct me if I'm wrong though.
Yeah, so because I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know the particular actors that portray Jason. Forgive me.
I think this one's the Kane Hodder one.
You think so?
Yeah. Because he's a big guy.
Yeah, he is. Well, even the original Jason's a pretty big guy. I mean, he wasn't no small dude.
I think Hodder's bigger.
You think so?
Yeah, like almost like Gunnar Thompson big.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, for me, I prefer the masked portrait more than the unmasked. I like how they really did the eyes and everything like this.
Yeah, they went into detail on that.
Yeah, and showing him, I mean, he's a weird looking dude, to be honest with you, man. It's a weird looking dude.
Well, he was disfigured in the original.
Yeah, he was, yeah. So for me, I think Jason needs the mask. I think the hockey mask is a part of Jason's character. So I think the mask is really what you need when you portray a statue.
It's kind of like Michael Myers with his white mask.
Right, with his Sandman mask. Yeah.
You have to have it. Or even Freddy with his fedora.
No, Freddy's more for the knives.
Yeah. But I'm talking about when you're looking at their profile.
Yes,
you're
true.
looking
Yeah.
at their portrait. You know, it's like you gotta have the fedora.
Did he have a fedora? Was that a fedora?
That's exactly what it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of the bowler. That's what I'm thinking of. I don't know why I was thinking about that.
Oh yeah, you're thinking of the one James Bond villain with the bowler head.
Yeah. See, Jaws. Yeah.
No, Jaws had the metal teeth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot.
God damn it! What is that dude's name now?
I forgot myself. To be honest with you, yeah. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, I think I agree. I think Freddy is the fedora is part of his character.
Yeah, and you think about that with all the other ones too. And you got Chucky. His hair, the big long red hair.
Right.
And then the child's play.
Right.
The overalls or whatever.
Right. So I think you know what, man. That's actually a unique point, man. Every horror character has some piece of cloth or clothing that it's particular and stands out for their particular character.
Pennywise with his
clown suit, to be honest. I mean, just the clown in general, right? His makeup and everything like that. So I mean, that's a good point, yeah, because every character has something particular that really makes them stand out.
It's not their weapon. It is not their weapon.
I don't think so either.
It's something.
Except for Freddy. Freddy's the only one whose weapon really signifies who he is. Right hand. Sorry, I'm doing like this right here. So yeah, I think Freddy's the only one whose weapon really is a part of his character.
Right.
But everybody else is just whatever they got.
Yeah, because I mean, you can look at the bird face. I mean, you can take that away, and you'd still know it's Freddy just by seeing him with the knives.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but anyways, I think this is probably one of the best statues that have been able to portray Jason as a horror icon.
And he is definitely an icon.
Yes, he is. Like that's what he is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, he's an icon.
Yeah, so I really do enjoy this statue. Like I said, I was glad that it's an older one and it's a very rare one to find to be able to pick up. So I was actually able to pick this up off of eBay for a really decent price because that's really the only place you're going to find it right now. And you don't have to get the exclusive. The exclusive is just really
just an alternate head.
No. That's not the exclusive. That's the regular version. The exclusive comes with a picture, a portrait, basically.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really not a really big exclusive. You don't really need it. If it was up to me and I would recommend anyone who's watching this video who wants to pick the statue up, just get the regular version. The exclusive is not really a big deal. Get the regular version. It's well worth it.
I think that's another cool thing too that they put in there. 'Cause, I mean, you really can't tell that his head comes off.
Right, and they did a good job.
I had to actually ask, because does the head come off? Because I mean, you can't even see any of the seams or nothing.
Right, so that's another good thing too.
Yeah, good job with that.
Yeah, really good job. Because that's some of the things, one of the things Sideshow has a lot of. I have been lucky and not to have witnessed or experienced a lot of quality issues. I know a lot of people talk about Sideshow and the quality issues. I've been lucky not to experience it.
Not that many.
I actually haven't had any. I had one that arrived broken, but they replaced it. Okay. So that's different. But I'm talking about as far as paint job and things like clothes missing or just something wrong with the cloth that they have in there.
Pieces missing or anything?
Right. I haven't experienced anything like that. So I've been lucky. But
really, your maquettes
the paint job's always been really good. So I haven't really experienced anything that some of the other people have experienced.
Well, those had a lot of little pieces too.
Yeah.
But everything came with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been lucky.
Yeah.
But everybody, if you have an opportunity to pick this up, especially because the only place you're probably going to find it are a few statue forums on Facebook or on eBay. If you have an opportunity to pick it up, I really highly recommend it. It's a really good statue for Jason Voorhees. Man, the base is the highlight of this statue. There is no questions asked. The base is the highlight.
I don't know. I like the whole thing.
I like the whole thing too, but I think the base is what really stands out.
Yeah.
As far as the horror and the gore and everything like that.
Yeah, because that's another thing that Friday the 13th is really popular for is the gore.
Right.
Everything else is just slasher. This is gore.
Yeah. So I really think the base is the highlight of the statue.
It's almost like an Evil Dead kind of gore.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, just campy out there, but still good.
There is one other thing I have a complaint for. This is very small, and this is one of the earlier ones, so I understand. I wish the weapons were metal. Because I'm going to go over it and repaint it and do a little few modifications myself to really make it more, to appear more metal. But that's the only thing I really wish they would have done is make the axe and the machete metal. That's it. That's my only, that's one.
You don't think that would make it too shiny?
I don't think so. Well, you can still weather it and make it, and put some blood on it and stuff. That's my only complaint.
I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it's that bad with this axe right here.
It's not.
Now,
it's not.
now I do agree with this part right here, because that's flimsy. That seems like that would break real easy.
And it would if you really weren't careful.
Right.
But that's why I said for me, and for me, it's not even really about the flimsy. I think that metal pieces should be metal. For me, it just brings the statue out.
Yeah,
more.
it's hard to simulate metal.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that's why it needs to be metal.
And plus, if you're standing, there's nothing more metal than standing on a whole bunch of dismembered bodies.
Yeah, brutal. So overall, man, this is one of my favorite statues, and I really can't find anything at fault to not recommend this statue to anyone. This is like, if you're a horror fan, a Jason Voorhees fan, this is a well-worthy purchase. You really need to pick it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everybody, we appreciate you joining us. You got anything else to say? Add to the discussion?
No, I'm actually,
okay.
I'm just pleasantly surprised by this statue.
Hey, I'm always happy when I get a good statue. And eBay, it's not hit and miss, but sometimes it can be problematic
really
picking stuff up from eBay just because of shipping.
Right.
But yes, but anyways, that's the end of this video. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell button to get notified for any videos that we release.
Send comments.
Yes, let us know what you think about the statue yourself.
If you have an idea of which Jason this is, let us know.
Yes. I don't think it's based on any particular version. I think it's thinking just a mixed statue version. Yeah. I think it's just thinking just a version they threw together for Jason.
Yeah.
But yeah, but for close-ups, everybody, when we do videos like this, I notice we don't do the close-ups because these are older statues. I prefer to do the close-ups and the breakdowns of newer statues.
Yeah, things that just got released.
Yeah, and I prefer to do that. But what I'm gonna start doing, everybody, is at the end of the video, if you want to see close-ups, I'm gonna throw a little bit of a slideshow of pictures that I've taken for up-close shots and everything like that. So if you want to get an up-close view of the statue, just tune in at the end of the video. You don't have to, but if you want close-ups, at the end of the video, I'll throw a little slideshow in for you. But thanks for joining us. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
We thank you for joining Cracker Hunters. We'll see y'all next time.
We out.
Peace.